Good morning. Today we will discuss regarding rolling process. So definition of rolling, the process of plastically deforming the metal by passing it between the rolls. So the main objective of rolling is to decrease the thickness of the metal. The process of rolling basically consists of passing hot ingot through two rolls rotating in opposite direction at a uniform peripheral speed, and the space between the two rolls is adjusted according to desired thickness of the product. In deforming metal between rolls, the workpiece is subjected to high compressive force. The rolls reduces the cross section and increases the length of passing ingots. So this is regarding the introduction of rolling. It is a bulk deformation process in which the thickness of the work is reduced by compressive forces exerted by two opposing rolls. The rolls rotate to pull and simultaneously squeeze the work between them. So there are two rolls, and in between two rolls, the hot material it is passed between the two rolls that are rotating in opposite direction. So due to that, the compressive forces that are subjected, the material is subjected to compressive forces, and due to that the thickness of the material reduces. So you can say the cross section of the material reduces and the length of the material that will increases. So the basic process shown, that is a flat rolling process used to reduce the thickness of the rectangular cross section. A closely related process is shape rolling, in which a square cross section is formed into a shape such as an I-beam. So these are the examples that are given in a shown in a diagram. So in case of shape rolling, so you will get the cross sections like I-beam, etc. And in flat rolling, you will get the sheets. So this is a principle of rolling, or you can say it is a mechanism of rolling. In the diagram, the two rolls that are shown, that is a top roll and bottom roll, and the material it is passed between the two rolls, and the space between the two rolls it is adjusted according to the required or desired thickness of the product. So you can see, after passing the hot ingot, so that raw material it is called the hot ingot, it is passed between the two rolls, and due to that the cross section of the rolled material it is reduces. So at the right hand side there is a rolled product, and at the left hand side the hot ingot it is passed between the two rolls. So you can see the cross section of the material it is reduced, and the length of the product or the rolled material it is increased, and that rolls that are rotating in opposite direction at uniform peripheral speed. You can see the another diagram. So on the right hand side you can see the reduced cross section, or simply you can say the thickness of the component or the product it is reduced, or the workpiece it is reduced. There is a top roll and there is a bottom roll, and compressive forces that are exerted on a material. Due to that, cross section of the material it is reduced and length of the workpiece it is increased. So this is regarding the rolling process. The starting material is cast ingot, which is broken down by hot rolling into blooms, billets, and slabs, which are further hot rolled into plate, sheet, rod, and bar, etc. So this is regarding the hot rolling process. So this is the rolling of the material. There are the rolls that are showing. So this is a rolling mill. So that equipment it is called a rolling mill. So it is a 4 high rolling mill. So there are two middle rolls and there is a one top roll and one bottom roll, and material it is passed between that rolls. So it is a 4 high mill. So classification of rolling process. So there are different types of rolling processes. There is a transverse or cross rolling, shape rolling or section rolling, screw rolling, ring rolling, thread rolling, tube rolling, powder rolling, and continuous casting or hot rolling. So types of rolling processes. So on the basis of workpiece geometry, there are two categories. First is flat rolling process, that is used to reduce thickness of a rectangular cross section. And second category, that is a shape rolling. Square cross section is formed into a shape such as I-beam. So section it is changed in a shape rolling process. Second category, that is a based on work temperature. There are two categories. First is hot rolling process and another is cold rolling process. So hot rolling process it is most common due to large amount of deformation required, and cold rolling it produces finished sheet and the plate stock. So now regarding the hot and cold rolling process. So hot rolling, the initial breakdown of ingots into blooms and billets is generally done by hot rolling process. So this is followed by further hot rolling into plates, sheet, rod, bar and pipes. So initially the hot ingot it is breakdown into blooms and billets, and then blooms and billets that are further hot rolled to make the plates, sheets, rods, bars and pipes and rails. So this is hot rolling process. In a hot rolling process, the material it is heated above recrystallization temperature. So due to that, the ductility of the material that will get increased. In a cold rolling process, the metal has played a major role in industry by providing sheet strip foil with good surface finishes and increased mechanical strength with close control of product dimensions. So in a cold rolling process, the material it is heated below recrystallization temperature. So that is called a cold rolling process. So you will get better surface finish and close dimensional tolerances that will be maintained in a cold rolling process. So this is hot rolling. So material it is heated above recrystallization temperature. So the objective is to break down the cast ingot into blooms or slabs for subsequent finishing into bars, plates and sheets. Means in short, the bars, plates and sheets that will be made from the blooms and the slabs which are hot rolled from the initial material, basic material. In a cold rolling, it is carried out under recrystallization temperature and induces the work hardening, and the starting material of cold rolled steel sheet is picked from hot rolled breakdown coil from the continuous hot strip mill. So in a cold rolling process, so starting material it is hot rolled, and then final operation, that is a cold rolling process that is carried out. Now sheet rolling process. So this is an example of hot rolling. So you can see in a diagram there are two rolls and material it is heated and it is passed between the two rolls, and there is a water cooling after getting the product. This is a cold rolling process. So there is a no water cooling it is required in this. So you will get the better surface finish and mechanical strength that will be increased with the close tolerances. Now the types of mills. So mills means it is a equipment that is used for the rolling process, that is called the mills. So various rolling mill configurations are available to deal with the variety of applications and technical problem in the rolling process. So first is two high mill, that is called the pull over. So it has two rolls having constant direction of rotation opposite to each other. So there are two types of two high mills, two high rolling mills. One, it is two high non-reversing mill, and another it is two high reversing mill. So first, in a diagram in a left hand side, it is a two high non-reversing mill. So it has, for successive reductions, the stock is written to the entrance of the rolls by means of platform which can be raised to pass the stock over the rolls. The upper roll may be raised or lowered to change the distance between the rolls. Now, in a second case, that is two high reversing rolling mill, the direction of the rotation of the rolls is reverse after each pass. That is shown by the arrows. So, after passing the material from the two rolls, then again it is passed in a backward direction. So, the direction of rotation of the rolls, that can be reversed after each pass. The rolls are brought closer together after each pass. The material reciprocates many times between the rolls before final thickness is obtained. Next is three high rolling mill. It consists of the roll stand with three parallel rolls, one above the other. Adjacent rolls rotates in opposite direction so that the material may be passed between the top and middle rolls in one direction and bottom and middle roll in opposite direction. The rolls may be plain or grooved. The workpiece is fed automatically into the roll gap by using mechanically operated lifting table. Then four high rolling mill, it has a roll stand with four parallel rolls, one above the other. The top and bottom roll rotates in opposite direction, and also the middle rolls. Middle rolls are known as work rolls as the workpiece is fed between them. Top and bottom rolls are called backup rolls, which are larger in size than the middle rolls. You can see in a middle diagram. Then cluster mills. So it is a special type of four high rolling mill in which each of the two working rolls is backed up by two or more of the larger backup rolls. These mills are very rigid and are used in rolling thin sheets for high strength materials with good control of dimensions. So high accuracy of dimensions and surface finish that can be obtained. So rolling terminology. So the first element, it is a ingot. Ingot means it is the raw material made by casting which is used to make roll products. So that is called the ingot, means it is a raw material. Then bloom. The bloom is the product of the first breakdown of the ingot. So when ingot, hot ingot, it is the raw material. When it is passed from the two rolls, that product, it is called the bloom. It is a first breakdown of ingot. So it has a square or slightly rectangular cross section ranging in size from 150 mm by 150 mm to 250 mm by 300 mm. A bloom is used to make structural shape like I-beams, channels, etc. by hot rolling. Next element is billet. A billet is the product of bloom required by hot rolling, obtained by hot rolling. So when the bloom, it is passed between the two rolls, you will get the billet. So size, it is reduced, so that it is called a billet. The size of the billet ranges from 50 mm by 50 mm to 125 mm by 125 mm. So it is rolled to make rounds, wires and bars. Next is slab. A slab is a product obtained by hot rolling either from ingot or from bloom. So when ingot it is passed between the two rolls, you will get the slab, or you can pass the bloom between the two rolls, you will get the slab. It has a rectangular cross section. Slabs are further rolled to get plates and sheets. Now flat rolling and its analysis, that is shown in the diagram. So in flat rolling, the work is squeezed between the two rolls so that its thickness is reduced by an amount equal to draft. So for the rolling parameters, so absolute draught will be, it is the difference between the initial and final thicknesses of the metal being rolled. That is called the absolute draught. Then the absolute elongation. It is the difference between the final and initial length of the metal being rolled. That is called the absolute elongation. Absolute spread. It is the difference between the final and initial width of the metal being rolled. That is called the absolute spread. The width to thickness ratio can be calculated as equal to initial width upon initial thickness. Then to calculate the roll force required to maintain the separation between the two rolls, that will be equal to 1.15 into average flow stress Y average into approximate contact length in the first pass into width of the sheet. That is the roll force, W equal to L into B into PAV, the another formula, where L is the length of the arc of contact, B is the width of the sheet, and PAV, that is the average pressure, and L can be calculated as L equal to under root R into delta T, where R equal to roll radius and delta T is equal to difference between initial and final thickness. Then torque, that can be estimated by T equal to 0.5 into F into L. So torque equal to F equal to roll force and L is equal to contact length. The power required to drive the two rolls is calculated as follows: P equal to 2 pi into N into F into L, where P is equal to power is in watt, N is the roll's rotational speed, that is in RPM, F equal to roll force, and L is equal to contact length. So this is regarding the introduction, classification and analysis of the rolling process. Thank you.